Here with Justin Melillo. Justin is an incredibly talented artist. He's worked at DreamWorks Animation, been featured in the Whitney Museum of Art, worked with artists like Drake and Florence and the Machine, along with countless others. In his most recent project, he's been to and drawn 100 coffee shops of New York City. Thanks for joining me today, Justin.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. 100 coffee shops, obviously, that's a big task. So just wanted to learn what inspired you to take on this project.
Art has always been an important part of my life. I've been drawing specifically for as long as I can remember. And, art isn't the only thing that I do. So since 2021, I've actually been leading this tech company that I founded, a venture-backed startup. And, even though I went to art school and even though I worked at DreamWorks Animation and have that artistic background, over the last, what year is it, 2026? Over the last 5 years now, I've been really focused on building my company. And during that time, I started doing less and less art. And so what I started to do was, as part of my daily ritual, when I would have my coffee in the morning, I would start to just find a new cafe around New York. There are so many amazing cafes here. And as I would sip my coffee, I would pull out my sketch pad. I typically work with a moleskin, and I would just draw what I saw. And this just became part of my daily habit and daily routine. And then after a while, I started amassing this collection of drawings, and I kind of just had the idea, what if I published them into a book? For the longest time, I've always wanted to publish some sort of book, and I wanted to try to get my art out there more. And so, I decided to publish them. And the way the project really started, though, was I kind of had this idea. I didn't know if people were going to like it or not, and so I started just talking about it with my friends, and I started, sending a few messages out to see if people would buy it. I put up a Shopify landing page, a very basic one, and I was collecting pre-orders to see if people would buy it, and people were ordering it. So then I was like, okay, I guess I have to make this real now. And so I started doing more drawings. Eventually got to 100 and had the book printed and published.
Wow, yeah, that's cool. It started out as a passion project and then just kind of took off from there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I know. I think I saw on your website that you said the New York City coffee scene is unlike any other place in the world.
Truly.
So just kind of curious, why do you think it's so unique?
Yeah, I think New York City is the greatest city in the world. I just love being here, and that was one of the reasons why, back, when I went to school, I really wanted to come to art school, specifically in New York. It has such an amazing history here, such an amazing history for the arts. And there's just, even when I was going to university here, I just felt there was this special energy that I was always drawn here. And so, I think that New York is just a really special place where you have a little bit of everything. You have art, you have culture, you have tech. There's such a great diversity of people and beliefs and, architecture and environment. And so, I think coming back to that melting pot nature of the city, I think it has sort of birthed these really amazing spaces around the city for people to have coffee. I think you just can really feel the energy of the city through these cafes. They really are you hear people talk about the third place.
Yeah.
Cafes, to me, seem like the quintessential third place for a city like New York. And there's just such an amazing variety of them.
Yeah. You were creating this project. I know it probably took a long time. How long did it take you, and were you trying to hit a certain number of shops a week? What'd that look like?
Yeah. So the most I've done in any single day was probably 11 or 12. And that was really, those were probably some of my favorite days I spent working on this project, because I was bouncing around multiple different neighborhoods. I wasn't always drinking coffee at each one. That probably would have been a little too much caffeine. But it was so cool because I felt like I had created this walking tour for myself, where I could discover different neighborhoods through their cafes all in one day. And I felt so connected to the city when I did that. So those are some of my favorite ones.
After going to 100 shops, I gotta know, what is your favorite coffee drink?
Oh man, my favorite drink?
Yeah, or your just go-to order?
I typically just get an Americano.
Simple.
Yeah, simple. I used to love oat lattes, but I've been staying away from oat milk more and more. And I love just a simple Americano, or just like, a shot or a double shot of espresso. But
Yeah.
my go-to is an Americano.
Even during the summers? Nothing iced?
Yeah, hot. No. Yeah, no. I typically only hot. Although I will say Rhythm Zero, which is one of my favorite places, they have this really good, I can't remember what they call it, but it's basically like sparkling water and espresso, and it's on ice, and it's a really nice, refreshing drink. Not to plug one specific cafe, but if I do get an iced one, that's like a really good option.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, easy follow-up there is, do you have any specific favorite shops that you found out while going through, or I guess checking all these out?
Yeah, I guess going back to the original 100 that I chose, I love cafes that are sort of family owned, or are they have one owner, one location. For the first 100, you'll notice that there aren't really any chains in the book, and that was really important to me. I think chains are great too, but I really wanted to highlight independent business owners, and I really wanted to highlight independent shops where they pay a special attention to detail for customer service and for aesthetics.
What are some of your favorite shops around New York?
Yeah, that some of the favorites in the city. It's so hard to choose, but a couple come to mind really quickly. I will say Rhythm Zero is one of my favorites. They have amazing espresso, amazing vibes. Devoción is another good one, just beautiful spaces. Again, really great coffee beans. There's another one that I really love called Terremoto, which is in Chelsea. And yeah, that one is just so good. The owner is really amazing, very supportive of local artists as well. He's also a photographer himself, but again, very good coffee, really great neighborhood vibes. I also love Casa Next Door, or Casa Magazines in the West Village. They own both. It's a magazine shop, and they also have really amazing coffee.
Well, yeah, I mean, and something I did notice when I first got the book is you actually drew Cafe Oron, who, funnily enough, is Dripos customer. And you drew the Dripos terminal. We actually have it open
That's
right
crazy.
here.
Yeah.
I don't know, did you pay attention to the hardware, things like that? Obviously you drew it, but did anything hardware-wise, or I guess just equipment-wise, resonate with you when you go check out these shops?
Yeah, definitely. Every shop is so unique, and so what I love about drawing cafes is that you get really unique environments. I love trying to challenge myself to draw forced perspective as well, and really kind of really immerse the viewer and kind of give that feeling that they're in the cafe. And a place like Cafe Oron, they have so many interesting visual details, and so of course it's wonderful to be able to draw the people in the moment and what they're doing in the cafe. But
thanks for being here. Really appreciate you taking some time. How can people follow your work?
Yeah, so people can follow my work either online at my website, which is just coffeeshopsnewyork.com, or on Instagram. It's just my name as the handle, which is Justin M. Melillo.